Hi guys, good morning. So, in today's video, let us see what is meant by spiritual awakening, and let us also see what is how the spiritual awakening happens. Okay, and we have already seen what is meant by actual spirituality, and now we know the difference between what is religion and what is spirituality. Religious things or it's been followed generation after generation and you have been taught, and but spirituality, it's like you feel it, you realize it, and it's your own experience. There is no rules and regulations, and there is nothing to be followed in spirituality, real spirituality. It is only how much love you pour into the divine creator who's within you, and how much you are devoted and intimate with the divine creator. Spirituality, whereas in religious it has been taught that we have to do this way, that way, so much of rules and regulations, and it has been taught by somebody else outside. It is not thing which makes us intimate. Instead, it teaches about the only about the respect, and it gives us some level of fear out of that respect, and because of this it makes the divine creator distant from us. So this is the by basic difference between religion and spirituality. So so now, by now, you know what is meant by spirituality and what is meant by religion. So, going into spiritual awakening. So, why does the spiritual awakening happen? What is the importance of the spiritual awakening? Okay, from kid we grew up, and like we finished schooling, we finished college, and we have so much of our dreams and all. And even though we have so much of dreams and all, specifically, but for both gender, either it's a male kid or either it's a female kid, even though we grow up with so much of dreams and desires and all, we feel like, see, this is just only dreams. This is not going to become practical. This is not going to become real. This is how I grew up. Okay, so most of the people are like that only from childhood days and all. We never knew what is meant by law of attraction. Nothing. Only internet has boomed very recently, past 10 years might be, and this concept, all new spirituality, new age spirituality concepts are popping out for past more than 6 7 years, like that. So in our childhood days and all, we never knew about this spirituality as something like how I'm explaining. And we never, even we had only Doordarshan TV, not even like TV in all the houses, and now we have like smartphones in every house. Every kid's had a smartphone. Okay, so technology has developed to that extent. So when we grew up, we were like completely dependent upon the parents, completely controlled by parents, and completely dictated by our parents. And we were all like we grew up following all the rules and regulations. However, the family condition, the situation is so much of social conditioning. If it is a girl baby, they used to teach, this is how you have to behave, this is how you have to sit, this is how you have to put makeup, this is how you have to keep bindi, this is how you have to plait your hair. All these rules and regulations were given to us. If it's a male child, like, this is how you have to be responsible, this is how you have to take care of the elders, this is how you have to talk to the elders, this is much you have to earn, this is how you have to study, this is how you have to score in academics. And to him also there was so much of burden put on his shoulders. Okay, so this is how kids grew up when we were there. So we had to feel like whatever we are dreaming about, it's just dream. So what is going to happen is what our parents select for us, even in marriage. Whomever our parents pick and select for us, we used to get married and we used to live with that spouse. Isn't it? It was like that only. So even when we were in parents' house, either it's a boy or girl, they like they didn't have that expectations met up. They didn't have that expectations fulfilled, so they didn't have that emotional satisfaction, and there was no emotional availability from parents, because parents itself did not know what is meant by emotional availability at all. So our parents were never emotionally available for us. This all caused, and in the name of rules and regulations and in the name of disciplining us, they always spoke harsh and hard to us. So this is all is like verbal and emotional abuse, and we always lived in a toxic environment only. So this all caused emotional trauma. Okay, this is one side, and the other reasons for all this emotional trauma is being raised. Okay, you can see. Yeah, I think now you can see. Okay, being raised in a household where there was little emotion or nurturing shown. Okay, and then being raised by a single parent mother who could not afford to be in her feminine. So when she has to be the provider, when the mother has to be the protector also, she always wears a masculine skin, and so she always had to be in her masculine side. So when she herself is a provider and protector, she has to keep on chasing money, and she has to keep on running behind money. Okay, so she never had the time to be with her kids or emotionally available for her kids. So and most of the time this single parent mother, she had to be always behind money, and she has to be very responsible, too much of burden on her shoulders, and all the frustration in work and all the frustration because of this responsibility, she used to show it only to her kids. So it will all affect the kids mindset, no? So it creates an emotional trauma. Okay, and then generational trauma passing in your family from woman to woman, particularly for feminine. They used to keep telling stories now, all the grannies and elders in the house, they keep on telling stories to the kids, and they'll tell like, this is how we suffered, this is how woman is like, this is how she is expected by the society, and this is how she has to behave in the society. This all actually damages and makes the fear grow in a kid's mind, isn't it? Oh, if I get married, I also have to be like that. Because I'm born as a girl baby, I also have to live like this, like that. That fear pops up in a child, and it causes emotional trauma. Then because of her mother, single parent mother, or whether it's a housewife mom, when the house family is very big family, and all the time mother has to keep on serving the elders. So in order to serve the elders, she always has to keep on being in the kitchen, working this and that, and doing household works. So because she's fully occupied with the work all the time, she never gets the time to spend with her kids. So that is a disconnected relationship between mother and kid, na? So this kid will always be longing for the mother, so that will cause emotional trauma. Okay, and then having a mother or other female as our role model of life who's emotionally unavailable, I already said this point. And then in our household, if we are house, like woman is like housewife, and the other men or other persons who are at home, if they are like sexual abuse causes emotional trauma. So at that small age, even the kid does not know how to defend, kid does not know it has to come and tell to her mother or somebody else help she needs. All that it does not know, it knows only something is wrong, and it keeps on feeling bad, and it cries off, that's all, no? So it causes a very big damage in kids mindset, psyche. Okay, then physical abuse or verbal abuse, all these things causes, already I've said, emotional abuse, all that causes emotional trauma. Then domestic violence, when the parents, that too particularly father, is very dictator, very dominating, authoritative figure, na, he is like when he does all these domestic violence things. Okay, either it is for this physical abuse, emotional abuse, and domestic violence, either it's for the mother and the kid is witnessing, that will also affect the kid's psyche, or the kid itself is going through all this, it will also severely damage the kid's psyche. Okay, and it will cause damage. And abusive partner also, when the abusive partner also does all these things, na, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, domestic violence, all these things, it causes severe damage. So again, coming back to this point, so when the kid undergoes all these things, it causes emotional trauma. Okay, and we grew up like that same way, and from the childhood we were keeping on longing for that emotional availability and longing for that emotional connection. Okay, and we want somebody who can understand us and who can support us to heal this emotional trauma. Okay, so for that the kid expects, healthy and caring attentive surrounding. Okay, and then the kid expects emotional understanding guidance from a person, and the kid also expects emotionally available person to it for the emotional healing to happen. But instead of this thing, okay, expects all from one person, that person is going to be the spouse. Okay, for healing to happen. So mostly the spouse, when the spouse is also a narcissist, if the spouse is going to be divine counterpart, then there is no problem about it, then there is no talk about it. Definitely the kid will get healed. Okay, if the kid is grown up, marriage age has come, and if they ready for the marriage, and she or he gets married also, that married person spouse is also going to be narcissist, then still more emotional trauma, worse than before, and completely loses. Are you able to see? Yeah, completely. One second. I think worse than before. So completely loses faith in all the relationship. The kid will never believe any relationship after that, and then comes out of this toxicity. Whether the kid comes out of toxicity or not, that is other question altogether. Okay, but the kid loses faith in all the relationship, and as days pass on, this kid will learn to become numb instead of healing, instead of feeling its emotions. Because when the kid feels now, the emotions all are very painful and very hurtful, very traumatic, so the kid does not want to feel any of the emotions what all it went through in its parents house or in its spouse house. So the kid learns to sleep away the traumas also. So when it sleeps away, it becomes learns to become numb. So emotionally the kid becomes numb. This is how world is, this is how they treat us, like that. Okay, so whether the kid comes out of the toxicity or not, the kid searches for toxicity or not, the kid searches for peace of mind. So in order for the peace of mind, then the kid joins in some meditation classes or spiritual classes, or if not, the kid by itself, it starts to watch YouTube videos, it searches YouTube videos for peace of mind, all that, then it learns about meditation, that, this and all. The kid itself tries and starts meditation, all these things. Okay, and then once the meditation is started, the kid starts to introspects itself. Okay, this all has happened from childhood, but from childhood the kid never realized, the kid just grew up, because it has it will have its schooling time, it will have its college time, all that. The remaining time which it spends in house is very less. So the kid would have felt bad, then it would have done homework, it would have done its studying things, it would have done its assignments, all these things, and the time runs away every day. And the kid sleeps off, wakes up on the next day, then the kid goes to school and comes back, like that. So while fully growing up during its schooling and colleging and all, the kid would have not even realized I'm emotionally traumatized, all that things. It would have naturally, like, the days would have passed. Only after marriage, even after marrying, even after I'm with my spouse, I'm not happy, I'm feeling like very meaningless, and I'm feeling like very numb, and I can't tolerate this meaningless life. And my spouse is also emotionally unavailable to me. I can't bear this loneliness within me. It's that loneliness makes me there is no meaning in living my life. So when that level of frustration goes up to the peak, and when you lose all your tolerance level, and when you burst like a volcano, that time you sit with yourselves, that time only you start for search for peace of mind, that time you start for meditation. And when that time, when you start doing introspection, you write self analysis report, you know that you are living a life exactly opposite to whatever you wanted to live, because of this social conditioning. Because from childhood days they have taught you a female kid should be like this only. So the problem here is, okay, so when you write, when you sit with yourselves, when you start realize to start your feelings, okay, when you start feeling your feelings, and when you probe deep within your own soul, your heart, deep within your heart, when you start digging deeper, that time you realize the truth. Okay, then you come to know this is who I am and this is what is my inner essence. So this is what I have loved to live and this is what I wanted to live. But here I am living something different. Okay, so I'm not living up to my expectations. I have changed myself so much to adapt and accommodate to my spouse family and to my spouse. So in adapting and accommodating myself according to these people, I lost myself. So when you realize all these things now, you feel that is why you are feeling meaningless. You come to know. Okay, so that time you realize that you are living a life of self betrayal. You are betraying yourselves, telling so many reasons, so many stories, convincing yourselves, and you are changing yourselves. Okay, now you realize this is all fake stories. This is all you made up stories for yourselves to convince yourselves to be in your spouse house. Spouse house. And you made up all these stories for yourself to change according to your spouse. And now you realize whatever how much ever stories I tell to myself to change according to my spouse, how he is expecting me, I cannot change myself. Because I'm not able to change only, I'm suffering this much. I am not able to live what I want to live, what I'm dreaming to live. At the same time, I'm also not able to live according to how they expect also. So both the ways I'm not able to live, and I'm living a self betrayal life which is completely killing me. So when this realization you got now, that is why I'm not happy. Okay, so this is called spiritual awakening. Okay, so this video is all about spiritual awakening. In the next video, let us see what is meant by soul shock. Okay, you're able to see soul shock and dark night of the soul. Okay, until then, bye.